fiscal year was about $4.6 million. So again, the importance of those revenues and meeting a fair market value is why the state's adopted these rules. The subcommittee, of which I'm the chair, has considered fair market rates relative primarily to the appraisal that's been provided. That's probably the most compelling asset that we have to look at it and make that determination. There's also a long history of below market rental rates for mooring permits in Newport. Was that advanced, by the way? Sorry, somebody let me know if the clips are on. Okay, sorry about that. Normally we're able to watch this in front of us. So there's been a long history of below market rental rates for mooring permits in the harbor. What is relative to the rates charged for other uses of city tidelands? What's relative to the rates charged for slips in Newport Harbor? And there's a long history of why that's relevant. That's not something that has just been invented today. The Harbor Commission Subcommittee is in favor of proposing average rates that are about 24% lower than the current professional appraisal for offshore moorings and about 60% lower for onshore moorings. The subcommittee is also in favor of considering a stair-step implementation of any new rate structure over a multi-year period, should it be approved by City Council. Comparisons, the city has adopted a policy to calculate fair market value fees charged for city-owned slips in Newport Harbor at the Balboa Yacht Basin, BYB. And the BYB slip rental fees are based upon an average of comparable slip rentals at several marinas in Newport Harbor. The rental fees for the BYB city-owned slips are adjusted annually, and they're based on the average index of those other marinas throughout the harbor. Offshore mooring rental fees are proposed to be based as a percentage of the city-owned BYB slip rental fees and would automatically adjust annually under the same formula as currently adopted by City Council. The initial percentage or rental fees charged for new city-owned moorings will be based upon the recent independent professional appraisal, although separate from mooring permittees, has a similar adjustment mechanism which has been approved by City Council. The recommended percentage of BYB slip fees to be charged for the offshore moorings based upon the appraisal is between 30 and 34%. The Harbor Commission Subcommittee is recommending rates at 24% of the equivalent BYB slip rate for both onshore and offshore moorings. Just coincidentally, that's an average.
Slide.
Oops, thank you. No, I was still on that slide, but okay. Coincidentally, that's an average of 24% below the appraised fair market value for offshore moorings. So this, I believe, is also in the staff report, and it's a graphical representation basically showing what the certified appraisal looks like, which is the column on second to the far right. And the subcommittee recommendations are the furthest column to the right. So you can see the delta that's there, and it's a consistent 24% across the board of what the slip rates are. The next slide summarizes that as a monthly comparison. So the center column that's in the box, the highlighted box, would be what the approximate current rates are, and the box to the right would indicate what's recommended. And the furthest column is what's recommended under the appraisal. So again, this subcommittee, is taking a lot into consideration. Again, California Constitution requires fair market rates through an independent appraisal. We have the appraisal. We're recommending something substantially less than that, and in summary, hope you all understand that, and bring it back to the chair or to the commission for questions on this presentation.
Thank you, Vice Chair Beer. Bringing it to the Harbor Commission, Commissioner Cunningham, do you have any questions? Commissioner Yan, any questions?
No questions.
Secretary Marston, Commissioner Williams, Mr. Spearchat.
None.
I don't have any either, so thank you very much for the presentation, Vice Chair Beer. All right, next is the 20 minutes that we've allotted for the Newport Mooring Association. So who's going to be doing, I didn't see the names or anything, Paul. Who's going to be doing the presentation for, you guys want to come up here or where do you want to do it over there?
This is fine.
Okay. So just a reminder, whoever's doing the presentation for the Newport Mooring Association, you will not be able to come up for public comments that later after your presentation.
No problem. Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Wade Womack. I'm an avid boater, 30-year resident of Newport Beach. My wife and I are raising our 2 wonderful teenagers here in Newport Beach. The NMA put together this presentation in short order. We're using rough numbers for conceptual purposes, and we apologize for any typos. Here are some introductory bullet points. Reasonable requests by the NMA. Number 1, please wait for the independent appraisal the NMA has ordered. It's due to be here within the next week or 2, and we advise you of this on the 10th, and we're right on track. Should be a really good fresh look at mooring values, market rates in Newport. Number 2, please schedule workshops with mooring permit holders and staff. Let's make this a collaborative effort, not kind of a one-way thing where a few harbor commissioners figure what they think's best and implement it on the people. Let's work together and have a collaborative process, compromise and work this out. Number 3, please consider the negative impacts these arbitrary rates will have on the people, the boaters that you serve. Number 4, please don't discriminate against mooring holders in determining subjective rates. The city uses friendly State Lands Commission methodology for other titling permits, private piers, HOAs, and marinas. For some odd reason, the Harbor Commission is using a radically different methodology with this mooring permit rate proposal and appraisal. Number 5, apples and oranges. Please don't compare individually maintained moorings to city-provided boat slips and yacht club-provided berthing. The moorings paid up front for the installation of their moorings, and they pay to maintain their moorings. They carry their own weight, and pay their own way. This proposal unfairly is trying to compare a permit to merely an anchor boat in the harbor to retail rates for full-service marinas and yacht clubs. Number 6, please disregard the problematic Netzer appraisal. We believe the Netzer appraisal is deeply flawed in that it compares moorings to waterfront real estate and full-service marina slips. It relies on unreliable mooring to slip ratio. Number 7, basically the presentation will conclude with this. Please be reasonable when considering